LexGo Eat, the Herald-Leader podcast about eating and drinking. I'm Patton. I cover bourbon and craft beer and agriculture, which is where food starts.
I'm Cheryl Truman. I am a longtime reporter at the Herald-Leader. I cover business and features, and I write a weekly feature called Uncommon Wealth. I've come armed with my Kentucky cold caffeine, which is a great tradition here in the Commonwealth on summer days.
And I'm Scherer, and I'm the lifestyles editor.
This is our first on-location podcast, and the first mini. I hope we're here in Stella's Kentucky Deli, which is an awful lot prettier than the Lexington Herald-Leader. We're going to be talking about a whole lot of upcoming food events, including something very special next week. But first, let's get right to the weekend. Sally, what's going on in Danville?
If you love barbecue, Danville is the place for you to be this weekend. The 4th annual barbecue festival.
Kentucky State Barbecue Festival, right?
Kentucky State Barbecue Festival, but with barbecue cookers from all sorts of places. And as Janet was saying before we started this, a variety of excellent names, pitmasters and peg leg porkers from Nashville, a whole bunch of people who will be there sharing delicious barbecue, and there are food eating contests, including a bean eating contest.
When does the whole thing start?
Oh, starts Friday.
Run through Sunday?
Runs through Sunday this weekend, and you know, if for no other reason, Danville's a beautiful place to visit. So go to Danville and get some great barbecue.
They're going to have craft beer, and I think they're going to have craft spirits from Wilderness Trail. Their harvest rum, which is made with Kentucky sorghum. So if if you're not into the smoked meat and the sauce, try some different sauce.
Yeah, absolutely.
And who isn't into the smoked meat and sauce?
Sounds delicious.
Although I would like to have a bit of a diversion here to discuss Kentucky and barbecue. I love Danville. I do. I love Boyle County, and if I woke up tomorrow and found that my house had somehow been magically transported into Danville, I would be the happiest Kentuckian there is. However, I have to wonder if our friends in Western Kentucky would agree with all this promotion about Danville being a barbecue capital. Owensboro, Henderson, Murray, all I think have claims to being the barbecue capital of the world, or at least the Southeast.
Can we have more than one barbecue capital? It seems like that would be a good idea.
You know, I think Kentucky is so heavily barbecued already. I mean, Lexington, we were just talking about this new place in Lexington that's just opened. What's it called? The
Sarah's
Corner Cafe.
On Henry Clay.
Where the lunchbox used to be.
Yeah. Well, they're having their grand opening on Saturday. They're going to have specials, half-price appetizers, barbecue sauces, special stuff for tailgaters if you're going to the UK football game. And still more barbecue? What are you working on for next week, Cheryl?
Yes, the Bodley-Bullock House and Hunt Morgan House are celebrating their 200th anniversary. They're doing it jointly with a bourbon and barbecue bash that will be next Friday, September 13th. Tickets are $30 in advance, $35 at the door, $15 for children who don't get one of the signature bourbon drinks with their plate of barbecue. But both houses will be open for tours, and there will be live music. There will be dessert trucks, and if you are not sated with the lone signature drink, there will also be a cash bar. So that, yes, that should be.
That sounds like a great celebration. What a good way to celebrate some of Lexington's history.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, the houses are gorgeous, and if you've never been, there are some things in the Bodley-Bullock house, for example, that, you know, as a Lexingtonian, you'll be glad you saw, such as the portrait of King Solomon. And King Solomon was the town vagrant who buried a lot of bodies and probably saved a lot of lives during the cholera epidemic. There is a portrait of him hanging in the library at the Bodley-Bullock house, and it is quite something to behold.
Okay, now to get back to why we're here at Stella's, which is kind of the hub of the burgeoning Jefferson Street dining district. And next Wednesday, they're going to have something very special, the Jefferson Street Soiree. And we'd like to talk with Les Miller, who is the owner and chef at Stella's. He's going to tell us a little bit about why they're doing this and what they're going to have for people to eat. So tell us about the Jefferson Street Soiree. This is the first one, right? Wednesday night?
This is the first one of what we hope to be an annual event. It's being presented by Beyond Grits and Keeneland, and kind of recognition of the Keeneland yearling sale in September.
Right. A lot of out-of-towners come in.
That's
Maybe
right.
they haven't discovered your corridor.
That's the thought. The organizers were thinking that this would be this is a great example of the culinary scene that's exploding in Lexington, and particularly on the street, we've got so many new restaurants, and ones that have been here for a while that people might not know about, and so Keeneland was really hoping to have an opportunity to put Lexington's best foot forward, and so they've been organizing this great event on September 10th. It's 6 o'clock to 10 p.m. It's going to have live music and food. It's going to have several different sort of kind of venues.
Yeah, like walking up the street,
That's
right?
right.
From Short to Second?
That's exactly right. From Short Street to Second Street, it's going to be blocked off. The Cox Street parking lot is going to be open, and the trolley is going to be taking people from the parking lot up to 3rd, and then all the way up to 6th Street, where we've got County Club and Smithtown Seafood and Wessex Brewery. So people will really be able to get the full experience.
Who else participating?
It's a lot of us. It's those three that we just mentioned. It's Stella's Kentucky Deli. It's Wine+Market, Teca, Wagon Bones Grill, Grey Goose, Nick Ryan's, Blue Heron. So we're also bringing over Blue Stallion, which is another brewery. So we've got 2 Lexington breweries featured on the 10th, and that should be a lot of fun. We should have a lot of good examples of beer from right here in Lexington.
So what are you guys going to serve? You going to have some specials?
We're going to have some specials. So the format of the event is most of the businesses are going to try to have an outside component and an inside component. The outside component is supposed to be a sort of representative of the menu. So what we're offering outside is going to be our Kentucky Cassoulet, which is a white beans, greens, and ham dish. We're also going to have classic burgoo and a watermelon gazpacho for the vegetarians.
Really
so we'll have cornbread muffins for the cassoulet and the burgoo, and we'll have French bread for the watermelon gazpacho. And then inside we're going to have a sort of a taste of Kentucky menu, where along with our regular menu, where you can get fried green tomato stacks with basil aioli, lettuce chiffonade, and country ham, or deviled eggs, a choice of super salad, hot brown or vegetarian hot brown, and then a dessert. So it's going to be a 4-course tasting menu from prominently Kentucky stuff for $20, so that should be a pretty good deal.
I talked with Renee at Wine+Market in Teca, and she said they're going to have some specials. They're going to do the tapas, and they're going to have some specials with, I guess they're partnering with Alltech to have their Alltech beer over here, and they're going to have some Maker's Mark cocktails.
That's right.
So I'm sure everybody's going to have something really special.
That's right. I think
both inside and outside.
That's right. I think a lot of the establishments are going to have a cocktail component outside, so that should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a big hit. I think you'll have a pretty good crowd. Now everything, the parking is free, the music is free. People do have to pay for the outside food and the cocktails, and inside as well.
That's right.
This was a good deal. You were telling me, I think $20 for the.
That's our tasting menu. That's right.
That's a pretty good deal. I mean, Stella's has got some great local food, and I have to say that I think for vegetarian offerings, you're one of the tops.
Well, thank you. We do try, and it's this time of year particularly. It's with the bounty of Kentucky just bursting forth from the ground. It's pretty easy to do things simply and present some vegetarian options that are right here in the Bluegrass. So that's what we try to do.
Looking forward to it.
Excellent.
Thanks.
We are too. Thanks a lot.
Well, so there's lots to do this weekend, lots to do to get ready for next week. What's your advice, Sally?
My advice is to pick up this Friday's Weekender section, because we have a complete listing of fall festivals that are coming up, many of which are food related, lots of which aren't, that are just fun and crafts and various and sundry other things, but the listing will help you plan your fall.
And we have the LexGo Eat dining column with the rundown of pretty much everything we talked about.
Yes.
And then Monday, we're going to have a guide to fall whiskey releases.
Right.
From Herald-Leader, and some news on Lexington pasta, and something new that's going in on Delaware Avenue that I think everybody's going to want to know about.
Absolutely. And if you're still interested in purchasing a Sharon Thompson cookbook, they're available in the front lobby of the Herald-Leader for $2. Although she's not working anymore.
So until next time, let's go eat.
Yes, let's go.